Hey everybody, Blugoblin here on my blugoblinX channel with this Midtown Comics Stash episode. I want to thank y'all for joining me. I am trying to get caught up on this. So let's go ahead and dive into this particular stash here, shall we? To start with Valiant, I'm going to start with the first 4 issues of Dr. Mirage. This series, so far, the first 4 issues, this is pretty good stuff. Imagine you're a woman or a man or whoever, you know. Imagine you're a person who can see the dead, who can talk to the dead. But the one person in the afterlife that you can't reach, that you can't talk to, is your significant other. And that's how the storyline starts off. You know, and it's like this lady is being recruited to help out, you know, with some really afterlife type stuff. And all the while, she runs into her late husband. She finds her late husband's spirit and finds out why she wasn't able to contact him and everything. And upon all kinds of twists and stuff happen in this particular storyline, in this particular series. She has to put herself in she has to do this certain ritual to have like this out-of-body experience to go track him down and everything, where she's willing to give the being that has her husband's soul, she's willing to trade anything to get him back. But by the end of issue 4, they're like, they have no way around it. They have to realize that by the end of this story, they're going to have to part ways for good. This is really good stuff. Really, really dark, kind of depressing, but still really fun and really entertaining stuff to read. I'd recommend this, no problem. Moving on to IDW with G.I. Joe number 4. This is the part 4 of the Fall of G.I. Joe. All I'm going to say is it's only a matter of time before Cobra's hypocritical asses are exposed for who they are and everything. Reformed to my ass. All kinds of shit's going on in here. And it's only a matter of time before the Joes fall and then rise again to expose the sons of bitches for what they are. A ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. There, I said it. This was a good issue. Very nicely done. I got no complaints. It's starting to feel like G.I. Joe to me again. Next we have Image, Bitch Planet number 1. This book was weird. I mean, I don't mean sci-fi weird. I mean, you got a women's prison out in, looks like it's out in space. Looks like a bitch planet. It's like the size of a planet and everything. But it also kind of feels like a rehabilitation center / reality show shit. Very graphic nudity in here. This is for mature readers, so parents, don't let your kids read this shit. But not a bad start to the series. Not a bad start, but I kind of felt like it was a little weird that we don't know who the main protagonist is until the end of the issue, but it's only the first issue. Who knows where this can go? I liked this. Going on to Dark Horse Comics with Resurrectionists number 2. A heist 3,000 years in the making. I still don't understand why this is called Resurrectionists when it deals with reincarnations. More characters are coming into the fray who are also reincarnated from people 3,000 years ago, from a past life and everything. This series so far has been crazy, but I'm digging it. The only thing that bothers me is the title, but the rest of the stuff is actually really good. And we got a little look at one of the main antagonists of this storyline by the end of this issue. At least that's what I got from it. Really good, really solid stuff. I like that. Here's something I've really been enjoying from Action Lab: Fight Like a Girl number 2. This was good. This was the second stage of this girl going through these trials. Kind of like Bruce Lee Game of Death shit, trying to, you know, gain a wish to save her brother and everything. This was kind of far-fetched, but not bad. Nicely done. She learns that she can take weapons or take items from these levels and have this little announcer fairy that's following her around. He'll hold on to them for her, and he'll send them to her whenever she needs it. I'm digging the baseball bat that can turn into any weapon she wants it to be. That's really cool. Not bad. Not bad. 2 issues in, and I'm really loving it. Next up, Dynamite and Vertigo. We got Django Zorro #2. This is basically the story of the Archduke of Arizona, I believe is what he calls himself. Man, this dude's a real this dude's a real douche. Real douchebag. But some really good character development in here from everybody that was in here. This is good stuff. This wasn't as good as the first issue was, but it's still really nice, solid reading. Good action, good artwork. The writing is good. It's Quentin Tarantino, so how can you go wrong there? This is good stuff. I do recommend this. I really do. Sticking with Dynamite, we got Lady Demon #1. I'm going to review this book in one word. Damn. Enough said. Enough said. That was good. Moving on to The Lone Ranger Vindicated #2. Now, I have read issue 3, but I'll review that when I get to it. But issue 2 here, this is good. I love what they're doing with the Lone Ranger in here. It's just really, really good. Maybe he's just a little bit too much of a Boy Scout. I don't know where they're going with this, and by the time we get to issue 3, it's even further hinted. I don't know if they're hinting at Lone Ranger possibly being... Are they possibly hinting at Lone Ranger being a virgin? That's what I'm thinking. It's like, are they really going to go there? Or are they going to go even further and suggest that he might be gay? I don't know. It's like this girl is like giving him all kinds of hints that she wants him and everything, and he just, either he's too scared or he just doesn't see it. It's just fucking great stuff, though. This is really good. I'm fucking loving this. Moving on to DC, got Deathstroke #3, Tony Daniel. This is fantastic stuff. You know, Slade has got Jericho. He's got Jericho with him on this other mission that he does. Deathstroke kills somebody in here, but he kills somebody very significant. His own father. And all the other stuff that's going on in here. I like that, you know, there's still that love-hate relationship. Jericho knows that, you know, Slade's his dad, but he's not really proud about it. Let's just say that. This is good stuff. Coming from a guy who has admired Deathstroke since I was a little boy, this is really good shit. Really nicely done. Going to Marvel, starting Marvel off with Captain America and the Mighty Avengers #3. I love this cover, but I love what goes on in here. You basically got a standoff between 2 separate teams of Avengers. One's good and one team is inverted. And they realize they're about to get into a big fight out in the middle of front of a bunch of people, and that's happened before, and it didn't really work so well, did it? You know, talking about Civil War. But I like that the inverted Avengers, they seem to look like they're going to back off, but they did that for the public eye when they have something bigger up their sleeve and everything like that. And it continues in the Axis storyline, which I didn't read. But as far as issues go, this was awesome. I enjoyed this. This was really good stuff. I can't really have any complaints about it. I thought it was really good. Moving on to Deathlok. Deathlok #3. I'm also going to review this book in one word. Shit. But I mean that in a good way. I mean that in a good way. Fucking awesome. Get this. Jump on board with this series. This is a sleeper hit. Marvel's got a real big hit with this series. I'm loving it. Chris, for this alone, thank you. moving on to Storm, number 6. Storm, thank you, Greg Pak. Storm looks like a true hero in this issue. Yet at the same time, she's got to constantly put up with that mutant-hating bullshit from the humans and everything. And it culminates at the end of the issue, even after Storm did such a heroic deed. This was awesome. Fucking loved it. This is amazing. And we're ending this review. Yeah, I know, I'm zipping right through these. You know, I got a large pile. Zipping right through this with, we're ending it with Superior Iron Man number 3, or as I call it, Tony Stark's a dick number 3. After giving Matt Murdock his sight back, it's like Tony acts like a dick. He's bargaining with Matt. He's like, hey, I'll let you keep this, you know. But it's basically Tony saying, I'll let you keep your sight, but you got to be my bitch. He's basically and figuratively saying that to him. And Matt wants nothing to do with him. And Tony's just going to pout about it like a petulant fucking child. And, you know, act like the villain that he's portrayed as in this issue. But I loved the fucking ending. With Matt Murdock's sight. He has his sight, but it's only temporary. And just as it's fading away, what he does as it's fading away was awesome. Just brilliant stuff. I fucking loved it. Don't underestimate the power of friendship. This was amazing. Awesome stuff. I loved this. Alright, that's all for this particular Midtown Comic Stash. Stay tuned for more. Please subscribe to blugoblinX. Don't forget my main channel, Blugoblin01, for my comic book reviews from Arkham Comics here at my house. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Please show some love to my bro, the Mount Vernon Kid. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Midtown Comics, for these books. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm sorry it took me so long to get caught up on this, but I'm finally starting to get caught back up. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I am Groot. I will see you all later.